Jesus Christ, I look like hell. I just took a shower. I was thinking about assuming anything. It is a mistake. It's always a mistake. I mean, history proves it. I mean, look at it. Look at it on a grand scale. Look at Russia. Russia assumed that they were just gonna, you know, go right in there. It's not working out like that. You know, the old adage, what is it? It's not the size of the dog. It's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. But I mean, you can't assume anything. Every time I've assumed something, well, not every time. Sometimes you make assumptions based on facts, or not facts, but then that's not really an assumption. But you base things, you assume things because of things you hear. So you assume it. And it nothing's going on, I'm just talking. So you make these calculated like guesses of what's going to happen. That's what it seems like life is. It's like a series of calculated guesses. Like it's all a gamble. Like you know what I'm saying? Like every time you go out to the store, it's a gamble. You might wreck your car. Life's just one big gamble. One big gamble where you lose money constantly, you know. But you can't assume anything. I assumed, not in the last election, I assumed Biden would win, of course, but the election before I assumed Hillary would win, and she did. She won the popular vote, but he didn't win, but he actually won. But my assumption was that she would be president. Who I didn't have too many. I don't have too many problems with the woman. No, a lot of chicks have problems with her for some reason. I don't know what it is. I mean, she's I'm more conservative than her, of course, but I figured she would sort of do the right thing. But the parts where I have like a liberal attitude, it's cool. She's cool. But you can't. What Max? What are you saying? Pushing P? I don't know what that means. You just keep like putting gibberish down, don't you? I could assume you are a moron, but you might not be. Right? People assume a lot of stuff. People assume stuff that, they assume that they're not going to get caught doing something. They get caught doing it. That's, once again, it's a gamble. It's like those people like that, they're like into the thing about doing something and not getting caught. There's a lot of people like that. It's like a thing for some psychos, like seeing what they can get away with or something. So a lot of people are like that. They assume that they can get away with stuff. Look at Putin. He's assuming he's going to get away with it. It's like for some people, it's like it's sport. Like, seriously, like what can I get away with? It's like, I mean, that's just how it is. What's up with this? This is the tiniest fingernail clipper. I usually use the bigger one, like if I'm gonna clip like it's for your feet. I don't know. This seems like it's like for a baby or something. It's tiny. It works. It does. It works. I'll tell you what else works is you can use a pair of scissors and cut them off. I know it sounds like ow. Sort of like nails on a chalkboard. You rip them off with your teeth too. You can screw your fingernail up doing that though. That hurts. That does. That really hurts. You know what hurts is a cuticle. I haven't had one in years. Those can hurt. I've never really like lost my whole nail. I've seen people that like damage their nail real bad and it completely falls off. I had a really screwed up one. God, how did I do that? I slammed it in a door by accident or something. That wasn't too long ago. That might have been 2 years ago. It took a while for it to like, but that sucks. Somebody was telling me to heat up a needle and no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Everybody watched the State of the Union? That was interesting, wasn't it? A president that didn't offend anyone. What a novel approach. That certainly wasn't the case with the last president. He was totally into offending people. That was like his deal. I don't know. I didn't have too many problems with what he was saying. Those things usually they're like Biden. They're trying to be positive. They're not like going after people. You know, they're trying, you know what I'm saying? Like it was, I'd rather have it like that. I'm just clipping my fingernails. Yeah, we get rid of that, Mr. Bot. We don't do that here. You know, I just don't. I don't do that. I could answer dog questions if anybody has any. You might not like, you know, what I have to say. I don't really care. I don't. What do I care? Most of you people that have dogs, it sounds horrible, but shouldn't have dogs. You don't even attempt to train them or know what you're getting into. It's the truth. Unrealistic. People have like unrealistic expectations for about dogs. He said a lot of good things. With any luck, will follow through with some. Oh, I'm sure it will. My dog's eyes are cloudy. We'll take him to the vet. Maybe your dog has cataracts. That would be novel, right? A dog with cataracts? Do you want me to go get Mango? He's 23. His eyes are more than cloudy. He's blind as a bat. Dog's getting old, man. How old's your dog? How old's your dog with cloudy eyes? That's a vet tech. I was not a vet. All right. How old is the dog? You know, a lot of people think that looking at the dog's teeth is a good way to tell the age of a dog or a cat. No, it's better to look at the changes of the eyes. That's more indicative of like what age the animal is, not the teeth. You look at my dog's teeth that are on raw diet. It's 2, and they're cloudy. Well, you better get to the vet. I can't even see them, so I can't tell you. But you better get to the vet. I mean, if the dog's 2 years old and it has some kind of problem that you can take care of for some money, take care of it. It's a 2-year-old dog. You better go get that checked out, don't you think? That's what I would do if I were you. Because like, what if it's something like, say, it's got some, something has to be done to the, fuck it, I'm not going to go into it. But I mean, some of that stuff that they do to humans isn't that expensive. So, you're talking about a dog. What is the best breed of dog for retrieving ducks? Labrador, Chesapeake Bay, I don't know. Depends what you want. What do you want? You want a better temperament dog? Get a Labrador. You want a monster in the cold water? Get a Chessie. There's a lot of dogs that can... How many dogs can retrieve in water? There's tons. Anything that can handle the cold water. I mean, if you're down south, if you're in Florida or something, you're duck hunting, it's not really an issue. Now, what I've been told about Florida is that, like, the alligators sort of go dormant for a few months when it's duck season because it's colder, so you don't have much to worry about, but I'd be flipped out. What about cats? What do you want to know about cats? It's the best breed of cat for retrieving? You're moronic. I guess a tiger, they like water, don't they? Right? Tigers are into water. I don't think I should drink that. That looks pretty old. Yeah, I really liked the State of the Union address. It was nice hearing somebody not use that platform to say shitty things about people. God, the last time, it's horrible. The smugness of our last president. Oh my God. Seriously, like, talk about a smug prick. Right, Shirley? I mean, that guy was just, he's just horrible. Even if you're not listening to what the dude says, like his mannerisms, he's just a smug prick. You know, that's what happens when you are born with a lot of money and just spoiled rotten. You know, you could be a smug prick from a poor family too, though. But, you know what I'm saying? But that dude, yeah, well, he's more than a narcissist. I grew up in South Florida. Gators are prevalent, but pretty much harmless. Well, to a dog? To a dog in the water? I know that they don't eat a lot. They don't have to eat like every day. But they're not really harmless, are they? I mean, that doesn't sound necessarily true. They're carnivorous. They would eat a dog, wouldn't they? They'll eat deer. Maybe Louisiana's a big duck hunting state, right? And I think that's where the person told me that in the winter, it's not a problem duck hunting with your dog because it gets colder there and the alligators sort of go dormant. They don't eat during those months. But I mean, if you were southern Florida, man, the hotter they are, the more active they could be, right? Right? I mean, I don't know a lot about alligators. Destiny said that they're by the road in Florida. Like, you'll see them at, ponds over by the shopping center and stuff, that they're just everywhere. They do eat dogs in Florida, right? Yeah, they would. They'll eat a deer. Why wouldn't they eat a lab? I don't know. I don't know if there's duck hunting in the Everglades, so it's hotter there. They're everywhere in Florida. Sure, they go up the Mississippi River quite a bit. Not in St. Louis, I don't think. I don't think they ever found one in St. Louis, but they'll go up the river. I wouldn't risk it. I like my dog, so I'd be weirded out about it. That's sort of the nice thing about being in New York State is there's not a lot up here that, rattlesnakes, supposedly. I've never seen one. Nobody I know has ever seen one. Who's winning between a silverback gorilla and a grizzly bear? Probably the grizzly. Probably the grizzly, for sure. Don't you think? It's bigger. It's got big teeth. It's into biting. So is the gorilla, but I think I really do think that the grizzly would tear up the silverback. Silverback isn't even close in weight or size. Like a grizzly's can be like standing up. Man, I was looking at one that was taxidermied at the Museum of Natural History in Chicago years ago. That thing was like 10 feet tall. A gorilla is not 10 feet tall. What's a gorilla weigh? 350? I don't know. Somebody tell me. A silverback gorilla, I do not have a computer with me handy, but I don't think it's as much as a grizzly. These things are gigantic. You know, that's really a big animal. And it's a meat eater. A gorilla eats what? Leaves? No way. Grizzly would tear it up. Yeah, grizzly would destroy a gorilla. Oh, a gorilla's 800 pounds? That's pretty big, but it's not as big as a grizzly. You know? Um, Bears hate monkeys. Is that true? I would imagine. Why would they like them? You know? Silverback is 800 pounds. I see that. Gorillas can eat meat too, though. Well, chimps eat meat. I'm not aware of gorillas eating meat. Okay, I am familiar with chimps actually going on hunting parties, killing monkeys and eating them. I'm aware of that. I've never heard of that about gorillas eating meat. Okay, so I don't think that you're correct. Maybe if there was nothing else around, they might eat it. They might, but no, they eat leaves, man. They eat leaves all day, and they have to eat leaves all day because that's how they get all their calories. They're just constantly eating. Chimps will eat meat. I don't think gorillas will. Their diet consists of leaves. The chimp hunts monkeys. Oh, you'd eat gorilla though? I don't think I would want to. I like them. I think that's disgusting. Are at least 2 tons. Oh, King Kong. You right? You think King Kong's real, huh? Is that right? Have you been watching too many movies with The Rock in it? Probably. And they're albino? That's what you think, right? Now that I'm assuming you're a moron, right? Once again, I'm making an assumption, but you might not be. Silverback gorilla average between 300 and 500 pounds, I believe. That's what I thought, like 350, 400 pounds. Somebody's saying 800. That doesn't sound right. I think you're right, between 3 and 5. I don't think 800 is the correct weight. Gorilla totally outweighs, or the grizzly outweighs the gorilla for sure. By a lot. 500, 600 pounds, I bet. It's not a brown bear, that's a grizzly. They're huge, they're humongous, right? Gorillas don't weigh 2 tons. We don't even think that they weigh 8. Somebody said 8, but I was like, really? The person said between 3 and 5. That sounds right. I could see 350, 400 usually, because some humans weigh that, but 500 would probably be like a gigantic gorilla. Can you imagine how many leaves you would have to eat to, keep the weight on? That's all they do. And they're real slow moving. Gorillas are just kind of like that. I'm not saying that the gorilla, hang on. A male grizz can be 1,700 pounds. Yeah, they're gigantic. Against a 400-pound gorilla? Please. I'm not saying that the gorilla can't have speed. I'm not saying that. But they're all bluster. It's all they'll charge. And if a chimp, they aren't all bluster. If they're coming at you, they're going to rip your face off. A gorilla, I think you can just sort of put your head down. They might be doing this, but I don't, from what I understand, gorillas are sort of gentle giants. I'm not saying a gorilla couldn't kill you. It could. Don't fuck with it. Don't look at it in the eye, Let it sniff you, whatever. Be nice to it. Don't try and fight it. But a chimp? Whew, that might be one of the most dangerous animals on the planet other than man. The chimp? God. How many people have gotten ripped apart by a chimp? I'd rather deal with a lion than a chimp, I think. Gorillas are 45% more likely to attack if you do that. Do what? Oh, you're an expert on gorillas? If you do what? This? Yeah, don't do that. Don't stare at it in the eye. Call it a punk. You call a gorilla a punk? Get out of here, punk. It's coming after you, I guarantee you. I like the fact that you came up with the statistic, 45%. That was a good try. That makes it sound more realistic that you really know what you're talking about. But don't do that. Don't do that, or don't do like, don't do that. They're gonna hippos. Hippos are the most dangerous animal in Africa. They kill more people than any other animal. That is true. That is true. The hippo will screw you up. You're around the water, you're in the water, you're around the water, and the hippo's around. With a calf, you're dead. That is true. It boggles my mind. Although hippos, like domestic hippos, like that have been raised in zoos, that's domesticated when they're just like, well, it might not be domesticated unless if they put one hippo with another hippo, right? That's selective breeding. That's domestication. Okay? I'm sorry, that's what it is. But if they just throw them in a pen and don't care, right? I've seen hippos that are born in zoos that are totally chill. Tiger versus a gorilla? A tiger. For sure. Don't you think? I think a tiger. I think you're thinking that the gorilla is like, you've watched too many King Kongs. I think, now it's the wrong continent if we're going to be ridiculous, right? If we're really going to be ridiculous. A tiger versus a chimp, which they don't even live around each other, right? Maybe there's like I don't know, somebody's, I don't know how a chimp and a tiger would get into it, but I think a chimp would probably run up a tree. It's not stupid. But if a chimp saw a human, it's just going to go after you. We piss them off. They look at us, chimpanzees look at us, and they're freaking jealous. Because they know that we are smarter than they are. That's why they want to tear us up. And we have guns and knives, and they're jealous. They're jealous of our intellect. Chimps are not smart. But they have like 5 times the amount of testosterone of a human. They will tear your ass up. They can climb up a tree. You try that. You try climbing up a tree like that. If a chimp was outside, this is true, if a chimp was outside this window, I'm on a 2nd floor, and I screamed out the window, "Hey chimp, you're ugly as shit," and it saw me, it could run over here, scale up the porch, onto the roof, come under the window, and rip my face off. That is a fact. They know when you're fucking with them, if you're at the zoo and it's not a good zoo and they're not behind glass and shit, they will throw poop at you. If they can't rip your face off, they do this shit. They go like that and just start like, go for the eyes, Some people are like that, and trust me, some people will fight like that. So you'll lose. You'll lose if you're fighting somebody that fights like a chimp. If they're fighting dirty and they just want to win, if they have talent in fighting, right, and they'll do shit like that, you will lose. I guarantee you. If they have any training and they can be crazy, like, I'll bite your ear off, it'll flip you out so much you will lose the fight because you're fighting the human chimp. Don't fight some people. Don't fight a chimp. Don't wrestle with a tiger. Big mistake. Then we learned something from Siegfried and Roy. Which one was the one that got his fucking neck crunch. That's what they do. That cat that they were working with grabbed him by the neck. All right? He didn't get oxygen and shit. That's what those big cats do. Did we learn a lesson from that? Go to the shelter and go get a tabby. You know? Go get a tabby. My bucket, if he was giant like that, at some point he'd have me by the arm or something and screw me up. When he was young, he used to fuck around all the time. You know, don't get a tiger. Go get a tabby or, tortoiseshell or something. Black cats, supposedly, they won't even adopt them during Halloween. That's true. Like, I know this because I worked at a couple shelters. We do not adopt black cats out during Halloween because I don't know what people do with them, but that's what they were suspecting, that like things are going to be done with them. Really? I was like, really? No black cats are up for adoption, like, 3 weeks before. And why? Because Halloween's coming up. People do things with black cats. I was sort of like I am right now. I still can't believe it. But there's a lot of things about people that I can't believe that they would do. But then people are like, oh yeah, they really do that, or they really did that. And I'm like, really? Why? Like Hugh Hefner, right? Some stories about that guy. Like, really? He did what? No. Like, you're making that up. There's all kinds of stories about people like that. Like, but when I even think about my friends, man, I'm just a big bore. It's the truth. I'm fucking boring. I'm like, what did you do? You did that? Really? No, you didn't. Yeah. Some of my friends are sick. It's the way I look at it. I don't know if it's sick. It's like, people are people, but I mean, there's this point where it's like Hugh Hefner. Not as bad as Hugh Hefner though. Not from what I'm hearing. It seems like he got a little out of control and just kept going and going. There's a spectrum. Some of my friends are way over here. I'm a bore. People are such liars. Yes, they are. It's human nature to lie, but it's important what you're lying about. It's true. So it is sort of human nature to lie. There is it's like, this is a generalization. I remember this from like this class in college, that generally women will lie about personal things and men will lie about business. That's a generalization. Of course, both will lie about both, depending on the situation. But that's the topic of conversation in a class that I had. Which, like, trying to think of how that might be true. It might be that would probably be generally true. Like, if I was gonna lie, it'd be about like business. Like, I can't do it on that day, right? I can't do the Skype that day because whatever. It's a lie. Where I just didn't want to do the Skype on that day, So it's like a no big deal, where I could have just said, no, I don't really want to do it that day. How about the next day? But it's easier to just like, no, I got to do something that day. You know what I'm saying? So I think that might be, sort of accurate, but generalizations, of course, you can't pigeonhole anybody. Like, I make this generalization about people that sleep, this is true. If you let your dog sleep in bed, you're going to have problems with the dog. You're going to have behavioral issues because it confuses the status of the dog. And a generalization that I make, and I say this, I tell everybody this is a generalization, but a lot of times when I'm contacted by a female dog owner and they have like a leash reactive dog, I say, do you let the dog sleep in the bed? And they say, oh yeah. Now, I'm not saying some male humans won't let the dog sleep in the bed. They will. But there's a lot of chicks that are younger too. I was making a generalization saying it's mostly boomer chicks. I know younger chicks that have dogs that'll do that too. But, and generally speaking, like when you tell them like, listen, getting your dog trained, I can get your dog to quit doing this. But your dog, you're going to spend this money on your dog. You can't have it sleep in your bed anymore because it's going to start screwing up again. And generally, a lot of the owners that call about the or contact me about this, they're like, oh, I didn't know that. And then they don't want to get their dog trained. They have to have that dog sleeping in their bed. Am I pro-mask? Dude, did somebody get rid of them? This guy? Goodbye. Am I pro-mask? What is on your mind? What kind of question is that, man? I believe in science. All right? Does that clear everything up? Does it? I believe in science. My pro-mask. A moron. I'm assuming that he is a moron. I did. I assumed he's a moron. I banned him from the channel. But he was saying, that dude was saying stuff earlier, like, look at me, that kind of stuff. So he's sort of banned for other stuff, moronic behavior. I assume the guy's a moron. I don't know who he is. I'm making an assumption. Sometimes I'm right. Sometimes I'm wrong. I make a lot of assumptions. I do. I assumed the last president would be impeached. Check my Twitter. Early on, right when he got, I said, that dude's going to get impeached. Watch this. He did. And I also made the assumption that he would get impeached twice, and he did. So was that an assumption? Was it me being, am I psychic? No, see, I don't believe in psychic shit. I'm good at educated guesses. Right? Like everything's just like a calculation for me on everything. Like, what are the odds of that? That's true. I do that. I do it all the time. What are the odds of that? Like, is it this way or that way? I'm always doing this. Life is just a, it's like a calculation of odds for me. Clearly, I'm a broke artist. So, well, I did pretty good in the stock market years ago, but I'm broke now. But I know I do look like Skinny Hulk, don't I? Don't assume anything. Okay? I do look a little bit like Skinny Hulk. I'm very well educated. Well, I have a GED, so maybe I'm not. You're assuming I'm well educated, right? I went to art school. Okay, I got a GED. So, am I really educated? Am I? Don't assume that I'm well educated. That's not a good assumption. I'm not really. Oh, sick, I'm not banned. Why do you think you would be banned? Did you do something? Do you need to get banned? We can ban you if you want. I mean, are you into that? Ooh, never take that approach with me. Answer me. Never do that with me. He may have done something. Oh, I agree. Are you a Poland official? Let all those Ukrainian people in. They seem all right. Seriously. Putin assumed way too much. Where they really can. They are doing a really good job. And we just got to keep funneling them weapons. More javelins. If they had some way of like, it amazes me. I don't know if we're going to see something happen. The 40 miles of tanks and shit? Are we going to see like tomorrow that thing got carpet bombed? Because they're right out in the open. They're just like sitting there. Dude, I mean, they have a military. The Ukrainians have a military. They have some jets and shit. They're sort of like sitting ducks, but Putin, they probably have something like, well, they don't have the javelin, but they have, shoulder-mounted crap. They could shoot down a plane, unless it was real high up. Like it was a stealth bomber. I think we have something like that. We just do it and deny it. That's what Trump would have done. No, Trump wouldn't have been involved in that fight. That's his buddy. You don't fight with your friend like that. You fight with your friend like that, he's gonna want you to pay your debt or release a video of you in a hotel in Moscow. Do you have any views on mass? This is the same moron, isn't it? It is. It's the same moron. Is the ghost of... Yeah, that guy is making... He's an ace pilot, evidently. I guess you only have to shoot down 5 to be an ace pilot. He's already doing that. Thanks, Poland. I gave him a chance. He was still posting garbage. Yeah, just get rid of him. Assume that they're idiots because they probably are. Yeah, the ghost of... It's not Kiev, it's Kev. How is it pronounced? How do they pronounce it? Whatever. Chicken Kiev is a Russian dish, and that's not from the Ukraine. And that's not the name of the town. It's I don't know. Who cares? You know what I'm talking about. The capital. Right? Chicken Kiev is a Russian dish. That's good. I almost bought that the other day. Instead, I got chicken cordon bleu, which is good too. But you never heard of it, chicken Kiev? Really? It's sort of like chicken cordon bleu, but it doesn't. It's like that though. It's like a sort of baked chicken thing, and the inside it's like, you'd have to look it up. I'm not sure what's on the inside. Chicken cordon bleu, I think, is chicken and then ham, and then there's like cheese in there, I think. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am on that. Chicken Kiev is like that, but it's like a buttery, maybe it's a buttery cheese thing in there, no ham. I'll get it next time I'm at Wegmans. I saw it. I've had it before, and it's real tasty. Oh, with Dijon mustard in there. It's like a Dijon mustard sauce. Is that right? Thank you, Michelangelo. I appreciate that. Better meat, chicken, or beef? What kind of question is that? Do I look like an idiot? Beef. What are you, crazy? Have you ever had prime rib? Where do you get it from? Chicken Kiev? Well, I mean, you could look it up. You can make it yourself, but you can get Wegmans has it in the freezer department. You know, seriously, it's pretty good. Oh, Eric, I think I can handle him. Beef is tasty. There ain't nothing like a steak. I like a rib steak. I like a tomahawk steak. Man, God, I like prime rib though too. If I could find some place that had rare prime rib, Jesus Christ, I eat the crap out of that. Well, everything's going up. I mean, seriously, everything's expensive. What's the art behind you? It looks really cool and unique. Oh, it's a painting my friend made, milk paint, and then I did the photo painting collage. Any cordon bleu I've ever had is like Dijon mustard or Dijon mustard type sauce. Yeah, but it has something else in it. Cordon bleu doesn't have cheese and ham in it. That's what I thought. We had it recently. I could be wrong. I don't know. I just eat it. It's good. You gotta go. Do you mind if I call you by your own name? You gotta go. Somebody's asking me that. You know, I just get rid of people like that. Who needs that? I'm assuming it's a moron again. You know? Most of the time you're going to be right. Like trolls, all the moderators know this. If you think it's a troll, right, and you give them a break, they're going to make it really clear that they're a troll. It's a fact. It's always been the case. Like, I tell this to moderators, you think it's a troll, it's probably a troll, get rid of them. It's always like somebody like the troll, they could be like confidence people, right? No, I'm okay, but no, they're not. And they'll show their true colors at a point. You have no other choice. You got to get rid of them. You have to. You know, it's too negative to be around have somebody doing that. Like, it's just like this, like, I was just fucking with you. Oh, okay. That makes it all right. You got to get rid of them. It's sad, but true. Usually it's probably always going to be a sad person, trying to make themselves feel better. Sorry, the cheese is usually Swiss, and the cordon bleu and the sauce is like mayonnaise and Dijon mustard. Okay, that makes sense. Well, thank you for looking that up. Honestly, these trolls are getting out of hand, always trying to disturb. What are you going to do? It's usually children or adults with childlike minds. Oh, that's Mango. He's barking. I'm going to have to go deal with him. Well, I jumped on here, so I feel like I did my job. Don't assume anything. I'm assuming Mango needs water or he needs to go out. And he's 23, so I'll do it. That's what I assume. He needs something. I'm assuming Mango needs something. He's a 23-year-old dog. Do you know how rare it is to be able to deal with a dog that's 23? To ever just see one that's over 20. It's 23. I'm going down there. I'll do whatever. In your lifetime, the chances of you ever seeing a 23-year-old dog, you're not gonna. So I consider myself lucky. That old dirty bastard Mango, God damn him. He's outliving everybody. Outlived Ike, Piggy the parrot. All these, God, it's like a vampire. It's like a blind vampire. Seriously. He'll bark again. He needs something. I know he needs something. Oh, here's chicken Kiev. Chicken Kiev is a dish made from chicken filet pounded and rolled around in cold butter, then coated with egg and breadcrumb. I bought a pounder. I can do this. Fried or baked, stuffed chicken breast is generally known as Russian and Ukrainian dishes as koleti diva, whatever. But okay, I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna make chicken Kiev because I know I can. I have chicken breast in the freezer I could take out. We bought them a while ago at Wegmans, and I'll turn those into chicken Kiev. No problem. It's an easy dish. That's why you can buy them. Would you mind me asking about your political views? Dude, I talk about my political views all the time. So I don't want to talk to you about, what do you care? I do it. I was talking about it earlier. I'll just tell you this. I was a Republican for years and I wouldn't vote for any Republican right now. And the only Republicans that I see that are even slightly normal, Mitt Romney, Cheney, Adam Kinzinger, or whatever his name is. That's about it. It's about it. Okay? I'm disgusted with my old party. See, now you got me going. Our last president made me sick. Man lied over 30,000 times in 4 years. It's disgusting. He's lying still to this day. Goddamn election was certified by Republicans in every state. And he sits there and says that it wasn't. Before we even had the election, he was saying, "Oh, it's not gonna be fair," because he knew he was gonna lose. It's outrageous. He's sitting there. It's a big lie. January 6th, that is because of him. He got those people to do that. What's happening to him? Those people are going to jail. They believed it. Trump should have some culpability, don't you think? It's outrageous. Those are my political views. Do you remember when that idiot Trump wanted dirt on Biden? He held up javelins that were supposed to go to the Ukraine. He wanted the president, Zelensky, to dig up dirt on Biden. Zelensky said he wouldn't do it. Those javelins were allocated by Congress. He was like holding this up, trying to get Zelensky to give him crap on Biden. Zelensky didn't do it. That was our old president. The javelins that they're using right now, those were the javelins that Trump held up. Those are my political views. I was conservative once. I'm still sort of conservative about some things. Spend too much money. That party, by the way, my old party, the Republican Party, isn't conservative anymore. It's a cult, and it's extreme. You want to vote for any of those idiots? You go right ahead. I'm not voting for liars. You people that voted for that man, like you don't care that he lied the whole time? You don't care. It's because he's your guy. You vote for him. It's not right in my book. I don't want a politician that lies. Sorry. We're paying their bill. We're paying their salary. Why do you want a liar? Those are my political views. It's outrageous. Zelensky. Now that's a guy. That's the man there. You know what? You know what he ran on? People said you can't be president. You have no experience. You know what he said? You don't have to have experience. You just need to be a decent person. That's who we had before. 45. You think he was decent? It's decent about him. No, they're not. And you know what, bro? Not. Oh, you think that's funny? Haha. Literally, all the politicians are lying to you, bro. I assume you're an idiot. Let me tell you something, bro. You listening, bro? Bruh? Barack Obama, in 8 years, do you know how many false and misleading claims that Democrat had? Checkable. 18 in 8 years. Do you know how many false and misleading claims Donald Trump had in 4? Over 30,000, bruh. So literally, you're an idiot, aren't you, bruh? And oh, it's so funny. It is funny, because you're another idiot, aren't you? Bruh. You are. You are an idiot. You don't think that that's like proof that you don't know what you're talking about. That's it, right? Somebody on Facebook. His name is Bruh. Oh, you think I'm absolutely sophomoric and clearly uneducated, and have never voted? I voted for Reagan, idiot. Who are you? Are you Russian? Are you a Russian bot? I voted for Reagan, dude. Sorry, Tool. You don't like what I say. You don't like what I say, do you? Because it's the truth. It's the truth. My whole family was Republicans. My dad would still probably be backing Trump, idiot. Oh, you wouldn't have voted for Reagan, right? He was awful, but you love Trump, don't you? Yeah, okay. And I never voted. See, it's ridiculous. I voted for Reagan. I voted for a lot of Republicans, dude. And you had to sit there and say I didn't, right? But you wouldn't vote for Reagan. You think Trump's a Republican? You're a fool. You're just another fool, man. You're embarrassing yourself. Seriously, you're an embarrassment to yourself. Hang on. Hi, Remy. Hang on. Seriously. I mean, just moronic behavior. Oh, nor do I support Trump anyway. Oh, okay. You're probably not even American, are you? You just like to say stupid shit, right? There you go. Bye, idiot. That's outrageous that this idiot was like telling me I've never voted Republican. Oh, like don't you? You're real genius, aren't you? Yeah, yeah, you really got me there, don't you? I don't even want to go look at this guy. No, hang on. I can't like. Oh, see, this is like a fake account. Yeah, see, this is like a troll account. It's clear this is a Russian account. You know? Who is an American? I'm American. This guy isn't. This is clearly a troll account, this Khan guy. This is clearly a Russian bot. Wow. Yeah, he wasn't. That was not American. That I'm warning everybody right now. I heard this on TV that the Russians are trolling like you wouldn't believe. Like they're out there, they have disinformation, all this stuff. They're really out there. You see it, get rid of it. Don't believe everything you hear. Don't get wrapped up in that crap. Yeah, he was not American. You are right. You are 100% right, Michael Angelo. Yeah, I mean, you can go to it. It's like, that's like a Russian dude. Sing 2, I don't know what that film is. I've never seen Sing 2. I don't know what that is. It's ridiculous. I had to get on my laptop to get rid of this guy. Because I knew it was a Russian troll. You could just tell. They're paid to do that. They sit in a room and do that. It's absurd. You know? Anyway. It's gone. I hid the comments. You're not going to see it. It's just, you got to get rid of them. What are you going to do? I've always had this approach. I'm not going to, listen, if anybody trolls in any way, says any disinformation on my channel, you know, what? I've been watching your streams and videos for years. I know you're not, Michelangelo. You were on YouTube. I'm not talking about you. I was talking about that con guy. But if anybody ever posts any disinformation on my YouTube channel or Facebook, I don't care, especially about dogs, I get rid of them. Don't sit there and debate dogs with me or anything. You're saying anything that's disinformation, somebody's going to read it and think that it's okay. No, I didn't think that you were a troll. I get rid of you. I don't care who you are. You don't do that. We got 6 million dogs dying every year. You don't do that. And if it's political disinformation, that's really insidious. That's about as bad. Maybe it's bad for humans, right? I'm talking about getting rid of you, Bill. You had to go, man. You had to go. No, Michael, I know. I know who you are. You are on YouTube. You are on YouTube. Your name is all one thing, Michelangelo. And then on Facebook, it's Michael Angelo. I assumed that was a troll when I was right. You go to the picture and everything. It's just like, and then the account, there's like nothing there really. It's just like, oh my God. What are you going to do? All right. I'm going to go. Insidious? Is that really a good movie? I'm violating freedom of speech by silencing these people? You know what? I'm going to explain something to you. I just got rid of you. This is not a democracy. This is a YouTube channel, okay? It's a YouTube channel. And it's my channel. And you don't have freedom of speech to tell lies or disinformation about dogs. I won't put up with it. I don't care who you are. It's not a democracy. You don't have freedom of speech here, and that's how it is. And freedom of speech, let me tell you something about freedom of speech. It means something to me. You can't just say whatever you want either. You can't go into a movie theater and scream fire. That's not freedom of speech. You can't get on an airplane and joke about having a bomb. That's not freedom of speech. Okay? That's not freedom of speech. You're a fool. It's like you get. I could go into it, but what's the point? You know, people don't get it. You can't get in a. If you're supposed to wear glasses when you drive, you have to wear glasses when you drive. Okay. What's the problem? You don't want the government telling you what to do you? Sorry, this has turned political. I'm not sorry because now I just remove you because I don't really care. Okay? Because I have more than one thought in my head. I'm not just a dog trainer. Yes, freedom of speech comes with consequences and responsibilities. And as an artist, I have a responsibility to say something. And that's the truth. That's part of art. You're supposed to say something. People are disgusting. They are. Can't just say whatever you want. It's ridiculous. Just like Russia right now. I don't even know what that means. I'd get rid of you, but I'm too lazy. Just ridiculous. I can't tell you how ridiculous I think a lot of humans are. It's so ridiculous. I don't want the government telling me what to do. Okay, then don't wear your seatbelt, dick. You know? It's ridiculous. It's mindless. It's mindless dribble. Russia's going insane? God, I can only hope. Are they going crazy over there? Think they're gonna get that like 40 miles of tanks and shit? If that can only get carpet bombed. Oh, I gotta go deal with Mango. Anyway, nice to see y'all. I'll see you. Bye. Watch out. Yeah, they're trolling heavy. You know. See ya. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Shirley.